Alright, hi, welcome back. This is my match versus, I'll switch viewpoint, versus, Royzin. Royzin is very good, and this is the Masters Tour, it's best of 7, so first to 4 wins. And I'm just doing an after commentary because I thought about it, but I didn't really feel like recording before the match. I need to get up for work at 3 a.m. in the morning tomorrow. so yeah, I I didn't. I was just trying to get through this game. So hi Royzin, if you're watching this, that's also why I was like putting a little bit of pressure onto you because I didn't want to play past 7 p.m. Um, it is right now past 7 p.m. But like, match ended an hour ago, and I managed to do a lot of stuff, so I feel more comfortable. And if I sleep within like the next 1.5 hours or something, I'm good. Um, yeah, the whole match took 55 minutes, by the way. So you're in for a treat. It took quite a long time, but yeah. Let's just get in. I'll do it on normal speed. I'll pause. We have Graveler versus Slowbro in the leads. I was thinking about T-waving on a Switch, or just no, I was not thinking about T-waving because it didn't have T-wave. I was Amnesia Rest. Uh, no, I was thinking about T-waving. I was Amnesia Rest Surf, I believe, and T-wave. So, but I didn't. Instead, I tried to cover a switch into like a grass type or something, and I switched into Ghastly to catch Explosion. Instead, he switches to Hypno, which I really didn't like, but I didn't have an Hypno answer. I didn't really have a one that I wanted to get T-waved, or that I wanted to reveal, because I think I had a ground type. I can't remember all the matches. So I just went for Hypnosis, I miss, I get T-waved. And now I switch out into Slowbro because it has rest. I could have done that immediately. I don't really know why I didn't. That was just a bad play. But yeah, because I have rest. But like rest makes me vulnerable, and I went for the high value play. Here I miss Hypnosis. He misses Hypnosis, pretty lucky. And he catches my explosion. It's alright. I expected that. I didn't want to play for it. I switched into Dragonite over my Slowbro because Slowbro is slower, and Dragonite is likely to kill. I also had a water type in the back, and thank you Vitor, I didn't even see that during the match. I had another water type, but I didn't want to reveal it for obvious reason. Here I expected him to agility. I didn't really expect the Blizzard. Quite unfortunate. Yeah. Here I just go for Amnesia and attack once because he got paralyzed. Now I go for rest, trying to catch a double on the next turn, because now I am a target for Graveler, which is the one that beats me. But he goes Mr. Mime, which sucks. Now I just lose my Dragonites. I go Pinsir because I don't really have play, and I go for Slash. I wanted to predict Graveler here, which I didn't do, but I got fully paralyzed anyway, so it didn't matter if I had predicted. Yeah, I tried to catch a Boom because I can 2-hit Graveler, but instead I just sack my Slowbro, it's fine. Here I tried to go for like a full para or something, so that I can maybe sweep the team back with Golduck at +2, because I can't avoid getting paralyzed by Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime was faster than my entire team, except for Ghastly, which I lost early on, but also who was paralyzed. But yeah, I can't even kill the thing, so now I just make a play. I catch the Hypno. I don't get my SD boost. I believe I clicked SD and yeah. Um, Going Graveler was also risky because it was very solidly in 2-hit KO territory. Here I forfeited. Not really a reason, but I mean I just, you know, he didn't even need to play like this. He can just switch out Graveler right now into one of these two mons, keep Hypno for Kadabra, get a full para. Like I just didn't care. I didn't care for playing on. I really wanted to just finish and go to sleep. Um, which I'm not doing a great job at. Warthog versus Venomoth. Sleep Powder is coming, so I switched into my lowest value mon, which I evaluated to be Nidorina. You know, Nidorina is just a bad mon. It's among the worst poison types. The only thing about the non-ground Nidors that's good is not being ice weak, and the speed tier isn't great, but like they can sort of, they can't really 1v1 trade, but like if you use them in an advantageous matchup, they can potentially force a 1v1 trade, because it's still not easy to switch into Blizzard and T-Volt combo. Here I go Wigglytuff. I didn't want to waste a turn predicting Hypnosis, Stun Spore, which I should have, but I was just playing fast. Full para and drop, another drop. I get my T-Wave. This turn I switch out just so that I can get some chip, and because Nidorina will live even a crit, I think. I mean, it should live a crit. Yeah, now I just try to chip. I get a little bit lucky because Venomoth gets full para twice, and I get a high roll, but I think it's just fair. Here I go for Warthog, and I try to make a play. I don't get it because he both body slams me on the switch and gets in full para, and he clicks Surf afterwards, so I can't even counter. I would have expected that he switches or keeps body slamming, if I'm gonna be honest. Surf just wasn't the move in my eyes, but yeah. Now Warthog is resting, and I'm Warthog outspeeds my entire team too, by the way. It outspeeds my entire team, which is nuts. So I'm really not happy about that. My fastest mon is 3 points slower than it. So I sack my Wiggly to get the para on the wake up turn. Pretty smooth play. Here I get the para, but I get immediately unrewarded by Surf critting, and against Mew it's just over. I'm going for a freeze here. I'm actually, yeah, I get the freeze, and I switch to Sand Slash to set up, but he has Starmie, so I forfeit. I just forfeit. There's no point. By this point I was honestly feeling a bit dejected. We have Cloyster with Ekans, and Cloyster is my only real ice type answer, so I wanna keep it. But I also don't really want to switch into a Glare, and in my opinion, Ekans should Glare or switch out unless the Cloyster matchup is really fucking bad. So I decided to stay in and Blizzard this turn. because Rockslide just doesn't deal that much damage to Cloyster. We get a double miss first turn. Now I decided to switch, but I stay in because, you know, 28%. I can 2-hit. I don't get the 2-hit range, but he's still rock sliding, so here I made the double to Nidoking. I get it right. And get my EQ kill. No good EQ switching. Here I expected SD. He body stamps me. Pretty good for me. I switched to Cloyster, now on EQ. And I just Blizzard. I serve in order to not miss, because why risk a miss and waste my PP? I only have 5 more. Here I decided to thought about attacking, but just went for Hypnosis. Can't be safe enough against the Persian. Very nice crit. Now I expected to switch into a ground maybe. Went for Nightshade. Dragonair comes out. I go Clefairy. No wasting time with T-Wave because he just wants to agility, so I Blizzard. Now I go back into Gengar. He Blizzards again. I risk the freeze, but I thought it's worth because I still beat Persian. I just hard beat Persian. I boom because then Sandslash can't set up. And I get chip, and now I just beat everything pretty much. I switched out here because I can't actually kill Coughing reliably, and I was expecting a boom. He switches out into Persian, which is the right play, trying to get the wake up on my paras. But it doesn't matter because I have so many mons left. My last was Tangela, which would have beaten Persian as well. Would have not beaten Coughing, but I had a sleeper that I could just click with, you know. That's all I needed. So my first win, I was honestly surprised, but it was not the best game that I played towards the end maybe, but it was pretty decent. Yeah, double grass, I'm faster, I go for sleep powder, Farfetch is asleep, ISD. Sadly it wakes up on just the second turn, so I have to eat the slash, but base prod for Farfetch'd, not the worst trade I've ever seen in my life. Don't have a primary switch in, I don't want to put a normal in versus this, so I go for Jolteon and double on Oddish. Free Fire Blast. Sadly no crit versus Magneton, would have loved that. I get Sandslash, and this turn I EQ because then Oddish is permanently in 2-hit range, so I have super high pressure against Magneton. He needs to double every single time. I can abuse that because otherwise I can SD and potentially just win, right? Depending on what the team is, and it looks Sandslash weak, especially now after the Mew reveal. Against Mew I need +4 to Oko, but hey, you know, Magneton is still highly abusable, and I would get like 2 kills. Yeah, I go for T-Bolt, just trying to catch the Oddish, and I'm really trying to sack my Snorlax because the Steeper's already revealed. I expect the Prime switch, another double by me, I just sack, which is probably not a good play. Here I should have substituted, I guess, on the switch out, predicting the Oddish sack, but once again, no, not worth risking anything. Now I just try to 1v1, because with a Fire Blast crit Mew is very 2-hittable. Here I'm not sure. I here guess went for Body Slam to improve my overall odds. I get the Fire Blast. I get the special drop, and here I thought about should I agility, but you know, in the end it worked out fairly okay. Yeah, I sack Snorlax because I have Rapidash for Magneton, and Sandslash can 1v1 Mr. Mime, and even, you know, if Sandslash goes down to 10%, like it's here, just beats Magneton. I luckily get the crit and I beat Primeape as well. After this one turn or chip, I would have sacked my Rapidash and went into into my, I believe I had Psyduck last, which Psyduck should deal a sizable amount to Magneton and, you know, be a threat. But I killed anyways, you know, and I lived the crit of the strongest move that wasn't Hyper Beam. I don't know if I could have lived the Hyper Beam crit, but I think Hyper Beam crit was probably honestly the play. But you know, let's switch viewpoint again. So we have Seal versus Clefairy. I just T-Wave, I don't have a Seal answer. I just start Psychicking. I get lucky with special drops and full paras already. So unless this is rest, which we will now never find out. What we could find out actually. I don't know. He predicted Hyper Beam, but he predicted my Hyper Beam predict, which honestly nuts that you do that there, because just pick a better mon to go into than Kanga, because I'm just gonna T-Wave you and you will hate that. But Arrow still wins the matchup. I stopped going for Fire Blast and just go for Double Edge. Yeah, here I predict Agility, which does come out. Got it right. I get my full para, and now I can just start Psychicking. All the speed debuffs, including the drop, got ignored. I go Voltorb because I have 2 electric types, and I just have to hope that he's weak, because he didn't reveal a ground earlier. Maybe against the Clefairy, like that's kind of what I thought. Kangaskhan is just a weird choice to make there. Here I do it for the flex, but it's completely misplay because I misremember how Gen 1 mechanics work. I should have just boomed. I should have just tried to get a crit, or switched out. But it works out. Now I trade Voltorb for Dragonair because I have another electric in the back and I'm up a mon in the end. Grimer was a roll to kill me with Sludge, a pretty good roll, but it was a bad roll with every other move, so I just went for it, but unfortunately it got the roll. I don't play around Boom, I don't have a Boom answer. Psyduck is my least valuable mon. And now against Jigglypuff I just go for T-Wave for no reason. Honestly, I should have went for T-Bolt twice, but I expected him to T-Wave me, maybe, but probably that was wrong call by me. Should have just attacked. I got frozen there, I got punished, therefore I didn't get double frozen luckily, so I still win this game. And now, by now I'm feeling pretty good because it has changed from a, I mean I already felt good after this game because it went from 0-2 to 2-2, but now it's 3-2 for me. So I'm happy. So, you know, 6th game. We have Magnemite versus Ninetales. I don't like Magnemite in the leads. It's also just worse than Magneton, but it's not bad. Sadly, he has a Rhyhorn, and I don't have the greatest Rhyhorn answer, but I have something. You know, I have a Machop, which is a low value Pokemon. Body Slam was expected. Here I just go for counter, because no way he's staying in, not at this stage. So, and I don't want to go for Body Slam. Like, he's not EQing my Machop. and it works out very well. And I have my hard wall as well. I have my hard wall, ground hard wall too. I go for EQ, predicting another switch. I'm trying to win this, right? And here I go Magnemite because I don't have a good mid choke answer. And I'm thinking I've been predicting so much, I can play him. So this turn I decided to not double, not make a predict, or like rather I make a different type of predict. This time I T-bolt because I'm expecting him to stay in with mid choke, because Rhyhorn is incredibly obvious. I'm gonna double switch, and I showed a bad answer to mid choke. And like it worked out, right? And I just went Blastoise because it's faster and because it can kill. I surprisingly had very few Pokemon that were faster than Machoke. I believe it was only 2. And the other one I didn't want to reveal. I go Porygon against Squirtle because I can heal and it's very good. This turn I switch into Machop because I'm predicting Submission to come out, and which would almost always kill Porygon. And Porygon, look at how good Porygon is against these mons, right? A substitute can't block T-Wave. Rhyhorn is slower and hates getting hit by Blizzard. This guy can slash me, but that's about it. And against Squirtle I can just recover forever and farm full paras. Recover has 32 PP. 32 is nuts, right? So basically I'm looking at this game, I only need to beat the champ and I win. And that's kind of how I played. I also checked that I can live 2 submissions. I can't really live submission into Hyper Beam. It's a roll, and I didn't check the full odds. But yeah, if Hyper Beam now was 100% a kill. He goes for Earthquake to predict my counter. I don't go for counter, I just go for Body Slam. Don't get a para. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I just go for Blastoise. Surf Crit was only a low chance to kill, so I just didn't even go for it and instead went for Blizzard Freeze. I get a crit, I don't get parats, and now Squirtle comes back and I just EQ for the 2 hit. Seismic Toss, not even thingy. Body Slam, but alright. Now I can't beat Ninetales. I go Porygon. I expected Fire Blast, but not worth playing around, and he goes for Fire Blast. It's fine. I lose Porygon. It's okay. I don't EQ. Not worth. And now I Body Slam, predicting this guy, the Machamp. And I told you I'm just playing for beating this Machamp. I don't care about anything else, which is what makes me not going Geodude against Ninetales maybe a little bit bad, but I really didn't want to eat Fire Blast with this. And I'd rather give up Porygon than Blastoise in that spot, because Blastoise still can outspeed and threaten something, right? And otherwise they're both just sacks to me. So I sack Blastoise and I reveal my last, which I have the double water, and it's Krabby. And Krabby beats all of these mons. Unless I get instant full power by Ninetales, or I miss all my crab hammers and also get full powered by Rhyhorn, and then like bad Confuse Ray luck. But it's Confuse Ray, it's Silly Ray. I was scared at this point of the match, but still losing it. I get, unfortunately, not a crit. Crit would have done over 70%. Like 72% min or 74% min. 82% was a decent roll for me though. So this guy is definitely in 2-hit range. And I need to be afraid of substitute, I guess, a little bit. I need to be afraid of substitute on this if I get full powered on my 2 months. and I'm a bit afraid of Fire Blast crits, not so much Fire Blast burn. So I stay in this turn, and he goes for Body Slam, and I hit myself, and now I decided, okay, now it's definitely too risky to stay in on Fire Blast, so I have to switch out, even if he predicts it, or goes for Fire Blast. He full powers me. It's unfortunate. He Gen 1 misses the Confuse Ray though, which was clutch. And yeah, now it's kinda about never giving him the substitute, because that guarantees my win as long as I don't miss. But my win should be guaranteed as long as he doesn't body slam, para plus crit me in this point. And yeah, now Royzin forfeits, and I win 4-2 for fucking miracle. Like 4 wins in a row against strong opponents usually doesn't happen to me, and I've been having bad luck in all of the Masters Tour, so this is pretty great. Um, yeah, I'm really happy with this, and thanks to you for listening to me ramble about this, and yeah, see you next time when I do one of my super fucking irregular uploads.